Okay, welcome everyone to the Week 7 Springboard Activity. This week's activity is presented to you as a narrated PowerPoint in preparation for Assignment 2. So before you move on to completing the task this week, make sure that you do check out the Week 7 Weekly Notes section of our discussion boards. This will have all the important information for the second half of the teaching period, and it will be available from the start of Week 7, so the 31st of December. So, in Assignment 2, you'll essentially be describing a play-based learning experience or activity that develops a specific math skill for children in an early childhood setting. It will showcase your understanding of the nature and development of maths and numeracy in children and also play-based learning. So do note that this week's task will focus on Assignment 2 presentation, not A3 folio that's mentioned above in the activity discussion and description. So it is Assignment 2 presentation, not the A3 folio. In Assignment 2 presentation, you're required to develop a video in the form of a narrated PowerPoint presentation to demonstrate an activity for use in an early childhood based setting, and it's based around play. So keep in mind that although some of you are planning to teach at the primary level, you will undertake practicums both in early childhood and primary contexts within your course. So it's really important to look at early childhood for this one. So early childhood includes ages 0 to 8 years, and you can see the breakdown there in the dot points below. This week's activity will help you iron out those technical issues before you submit Assignment 2, so don't leave this until the last minute, especially Assignment 2. It's really valuable to use this week's activity to get some general feedback on your chosen play-based experience and to just have a go in general. So, this week's activity, what should you do step by step? So step 1, summarise your play-based experience for your Assignment 2 presentation. So what's the math concept that your experience targets? What's the age group based for this play-based experience? Does your experience link to the early years learning framework or the Australian curriculum? And then just make sure you quickly summarise the main aspects of your experience that link to play. And you can see a picture on the side there. So step 2, use your summary to create a 1 to 2 slide narrated presentation about the experience that you've chosen for Assignment 2. This does not need to be the slides from your actual presentation, okay? So make sure you just use it as practice working through the technical aspects of the assignment. It's 1 to 2 minutes max for the purpose of this week's activity, so don't go overboard and spend too long doing this. And think about what resources are available to you. So make sure to use the links in the activity description above. It shows you how to do a narrated PowerPoint. There are also some fantastic resources on the Assignment 2 Padlet as well. So I'll put the link to the Padlet in a post for you in this discussion board, and you can also find the Assignment 2 Q&A discussion board there, which will have more information too. Okay, activity 7.6, what do you do? So step 3, post the video of your narrated PowerPoint. You will have to upload your narrated PowerPoint video to YouTube first. Then you can click on Insert Edit Media in the discussion board post and type the YouTube URL under General and then Source. And again, there are detailed videos on the Assignment 2 Padlet for this. Okay, you'll also see recordings for the live Collaborate sessions, and the student portal has some great sections on uploading videos, so I'll put that link in a post for you as well. Okay, so in past teaching periods, a lot of students have focused on creating directed, instructed activities. This is not what we want. We want informal play activities, okay? So when we're talking about informal play, we're meaning that play is child-led, it follows children's interests, it's incidental, it's unstructured learning, and it's that involvement in fun and creative hands-on experiences. It's definitely not teacher-led, structured, formal lessons. So it's not that teacher talking and the child listening. Okay, that's really important to take away. So make sure you've got a good understanding of what play-based learning is. So here are some examples of play-based learning. You can see some examples of equipment and materials for learning maths and doing numeracy. So if you've stuck for ideas, have a look at some of these pictures here. In these examples, you can see some imaginative play going on. So think about how could you link this to maths and numeracy, how could you link it to the early years learning framework and the Australian curriculum, and how could the educator guide guide the child's thinking and exploration. A really important reminder for this week's activity, make sure that you reply to someone else's video, okay? You've gone to the effort to go ahead and do this, it's nice to reply. So you could try the 2 stars and a wish strategy. So 2 stars, 2 things you think that they did well, and a wish, something they may think about further to improve their presentation and or the experience. So it's good feedback for assignment 2. So here is just a quick example of what I'm expecting this week. It's nothing flash, 1 to 2 slides, just you narrate over the top and explain your play-based learning activity. So I've picked as my example gardening, so specifically creating a veggie patch. So a lot of the early childhood settings and schools these days have a sustainability focus, and they use donated vegetables and herb seeds to create their own veggie gardens. So the maths concept that I'm hoping to explore and expand upon is measurement, and in particular informal measurements such as hand spans or even the length or width of a tool like a shovel to space out the herbs and vegetables that are being planted. So as an educator, you could guide the students or the children in the spacing using hand spans and those informal tools. You could read through the tag and get some information on how they need to be spaced out so they'll grow effectively. And so all of this is an informal, just fun activity, and you're going with the flow. Okay, so you're not planning it, but you're hoping to link in some numeracy, some maths there. The age group for this is kindergarten, so 3 to 5 years, and the early years learning framework links are outcome 4, so children are confident and involved learners. Specifically, the points about using a range of skills and processes such as problem solving and inquiry, transferring and adapting what they've learnt from one context to another so they could take this home and create their own veggie patch at home, and using their own learning through connecting with people, place, technology, natural and processed materials. And then for outcome 5, it's also linked in there because children are effective communicators. So by interacting verbally and non-verbally with others for a range of purposes, and even engaging with a range of texts and gaining meaning from them. So those tags that come with the vegetables and herbs. So that's a text to gain meaning from. So really, that's all you need to do for this week. Please don't get too worried about it. Just see this as an opportunity to practice your skills for assignment 2 and to get some feedback from others about your play-based learning activity. So again, it doesn't have to be the activity that you've chosen for assignment 2. If you want to, that's great. Get some feedback on it. Okay, and I'm just really looking forward to what you'll produce. Good luck.